Welcome back to the channel. Today we're counting down the most valuable Monticello Jefferson nickel coins. Old 5-cent coins that may look ordinary, but can be worth serious money. Some of these nickels are rare, highly collectible, and can sell for hundreds, thousands, or even more depending on the year, mint mark, and condition. If you've got old Jefferson nickels at home, you might be holding a hidden treasure. Let's get started. First up, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1943 with the P mint mark stands today as one of the most powerful and historically significant coins in the entire Jefferson nickel series, and its presence in black circulated condition only enhances its character, authenticity, and appeal. This remarkable wartime coin continues to rise in popularity within the collector market, capturing attention for its unique metal composition, rich backstory, and increasing value in today's auctions. The history behind the 1943 Jefferson nickel ties directly to World War II, a time when the United States Mint made a major change in coinage. Due to the wartime demand for nickel, the Mint removed the metal from the 5-cent piece and replaced it with a special alloy of silver, manganese, and copper. This change created a one-of-a-kind series known as the Silver War nickels, making the 1943 issue a standout in American coinage. Collectors value the 1943 P nickel not only for its silver content, but also for being the first U.S. coin ever to feature a large mint mark above Monticello. The bold P stands proudly on the reverse, symbolizing Philadelphia's contribution to wartime production. This feature alone sets the coin apart from every pre-war and post-war Jefferson nickel ever made and boosts its desirability. The obverse displays the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, but wartime striking differences give the coin a distinctive appearance. Even in circulated black-toned condition, the portrait carries a sense of strength and historical identity. The darker toning, often caused by natural oxidation of the silver alloy, creates a dramatic contrast that many collectors find visually impressive and full of character. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's famous home, rendered with wartime precision and clearly marked with the larger mint mark. This is one of the only periods in U.S. currency history where mint marks were enlarged intentionally, making the 1943 P nickel instantly recognizable. Collectors consider this design a must-have example of how war shaped American coin production. Rarity becomes a major factor when considering condition and historical context. Although millions of 1943 P nickels were minted, far fewer survive today in attractive circulated condition with bold details and rich dark toning. Heavy use during the wartime years meant many coins were worn down or damaged, so well-preserved circulated pieces hold strong collector interest. The unique metal composition makes the coin especially appealing. Containing 35% silver, the 1943 P nickel carries intrinsic value beyond its face value, and collectors appreciate the added security of owning a piece with silver content. This helps maintain long-term demand, strengthening the coin's position in the collectible market. In today's active coin market, the 1943 P nickel continues to gain momentum. Collectors are not only interested in its silver content, but also in the powerful story behind it. The wartime period, the emergency change in metal, and the iconic oversized mint mark create a combination that very few other U.S. coins can offer. The black circulated condition often enhances the coin's presence rather than diminishing it. The toning highlights the age, authenticity, and historical journey of the piece. Many collectors actively seek dark-toned wartime nickels, recognizing that each coin develops a unique personality that adds to its charm and premium appeal. Market values for the 1943 P nickel fluctuate based on demand, silver prices, and the condition of the individual coin, but circulated examples with strong detail and attractive toning consistently command solid attention. These coins outperform many later Jefferson nickels because of their wartime alloy and iconic status. Collectors looking to maximize value should pay close attention to detail strength on both the obverse and the reverse. The clarity of Jefferson's cheek, his hairline, and the pillars of Monticello all contribute to higher levels of collector demand. A circulated coin with sharp structural definition always stands out. Another strong tip for collectors is to ensure the coin is stored properly. War nickels are known for toning and surface changes due to their silver content. So placing them in airtight holders protects their historical surfaces and maintains their appeal for future buyers or auctions. Searching for these coins in older collections, inherited coin jars, or vintage rolls can lead to exciting discoveries. Many wartime nickels were saved unknowingly, and the 1943 P stands among the most desirable. Finding one in naturally aged black circulated condition can be a thrilling moment for any collector. Collectors also enjoy exploring potential varieties within the wartime nickel series. While the 1943 P is best known for its large mint mark, differences in die wear, strike strength, and toning patterns give each coin a distinct identity, adding depth and intrigue to collecting. The historical weight of this coin extends far beyond its metal composition. It represents national unity, resource conservation, and the mint's ability to adapt during one of the most challenging times in American history. Owning a 1943 P nickel is like holding a small piece of the wartime effort itself. The 1943 P Jefferson nickel continues to stand tall in the modern collector's market. Its undeniable historical significance, bold design features, wartime metal alloy, and increasingly rare survival in attractive circulated condition make it a highly sought-after treasure in today's fast-moving coin world. In conclusion, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1943 with the P mint mark, especially in black circulated condition, shines as a powerful collectible with rising demand and strong future potential. Its wartime origin, distinctive silver composition, and iconic enlarged mint mark elevate it to one of the standout coins of the 1940s, making it a highly valuable and deeply meaningful addition to any serious collection. Next up, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1956 with the D mint mark stands today as an important and increasingly desirable piece in the world of American coin collecting, especially when found in its original aged and dirty circulated condition. This coin represents a powerful connection to mid-century U.S. history and carries the charm and authenticity that collectors love to see. As interest continues to rise for classic Jefferson nickels, the 1956 D has become a standout for its design, scarcity in better detail, and strong presence in auctions and private sales. The history of the 1956 D nickel begins at the Denver Mint, where millions of these coins were produced to support the booming post-war American economy. This was a time of rapid growth, expanding industries, and growing national confidence. Coins from this era carry the story of America's transition into a modern, influential world power, and the 1956 D nickel played its own role in that journey. Every detail on this coin reflects the craftsmanship and minting standards of the 1950s, a period that remains beloved among numismatists. The obverse of the coin features the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, a design by Felix Schlag that had already become iconic by the mid-1950s. In dirty circulated condition, the portrait often shows a unique texture and toning that gives the coin character, something modern collectors deeply appreciate. Jefferson's profile remains bold, and even with natural wear, it captures the dignity and historical importance of the nation's third president. On the reverse, the Monticello building stands proudly, symbolizing Jefferson's architectural legacy and deep influence on American culture. The Denver Mint mark, represented by a small yet significant D located to the right of Monticello, adds a special layer of identity to the piece. For collectors, this mint mark instantly elevates the coin's historical value and demand, especially when paired with a genuinely aged surface that reflects decades of circulation. One of the standout features of the 1956 D Jefferson nickel is the strength of its mid-century die work. The sharp lettering, curved surfaces, and well-balanced relief contribute to the strong visual appeal of the coin. Even when found in dirty or darkened condition, these design elements remain noticeable and enhance the treasure-like quality of the piece. Rarity becomes more apparent when evaluating condition and surviving population. Although the Denver Mint produced a substantial number of these coins, decades of circulation have left far fewer in attractive, collectible state. Coins that retain structural details, readable lettering, and original charm, even with dirt or natural patina, are now considered increasingly scarce. Collectors appreciate the fact that dirty condition does not diminish the desirability of this coin. Instead, It symbolizes age, authenticity, and the long journey the coin has traveled. Many numismatists prefer untouched coins, as they reflect true history. The 1956 D nickel with natural wear often performs surprisingly well in auctions, proving that original surfaces remain highly valued. The collector demand for this date continues to grow because it bridges the gap between earlier wartime compositions and the later modern Jefferson nickels. Its copper-nickel alloy ensures durability while offering a classic mid-century appearance. This combination attracts both experienced collectors and newcomers seeking their first historically meaningful pieces. In terms of market value, the 1956 D. Jefferson nickel has shown strong performance, especially in circulated but visually appealing condition. Auction results frequently reflect the coin's rising popularity, with collectors paying premium prices for examples that exhibit originality, strength of detail, and desirable toning. As interest in 1950s Americana continues to rise, so does the market strength of this coin. The coin's value is further supported by its role in American coinage evolution. Collectors admire its position in the timeline, representing a stable period of U.S. minting just before major design changes would reshape American coinage in the decades to follow. This significance adds long-term appeal and enhances its investment potential. Those looking to add a 1956 D nickel to their collection should prioritize coins with sharp lettering on Monticello and United States of America. Even in dirty condition, strong structure stands out immediately and greatly increases potential resale value. The clearer the architecture of Monticello, the more impressive the coin becomes. Another excellent tip is to preserve the coin properly once acquired. Even circulated pieces benefit from safe storage, as exposure to moisture or harsh environments can further damage the surface. Untouched natural dirt is different from harmful residue, so collectors often choose to store the coin without cleaning it, maintaining its original state. Searching through old coin jars, inherited collections, or vintage coin rolls can lead to exciting finds, and the 1956 D nickel is one of the dates collectors always hope to uncover. Discovering one with intact details and naturally aged surfaces is a rewarding moment for anyone passionate about numismatics. Collectors also love exploring potential varieties or die features from the 1950s minting era. Subtle differences in minting pressure, die polish, or planchet characteristics make each coin from this period slightly unique. The 1956 D stands at the center of this curiosity, often surprising collectors with interesting visual traits. The 1956 D. Jefferson nickel represents more than a small piece of metal. It symbolizes a piece of American history, reflecting the style, growth, and spirit of the 1950s. Its dirty, circulated state only adds to the authenticity, presenting a coin that truly lived through its era rather than being forgotten in storage. In today's collector's world, this coin shines brighter than ever. Demand continues to climb as collectors appreciate mid-century U.S. coinage and recognize the rising value of pieces that remain original and historical. The 1956 D nickel has proven itself to be a strong performer, a reliable collectible, and an exciting treasure for anyone who acquires it. In conclusion, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1956 with the D mint mark stands as a valuable, high-demand collectible in today's active coin market. Its rich history, classic design, natural aging, and increasing rarity make it a standout piece worth owning. For collectors seeking a meaningful, historically rich, and potentially profitable edition, the 1956 D nickel remains one of the most rewarding choices in the Jefferson series. Next up, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1944 with the P mint mark stands today as one of the most powerful and highly demanded wartime nickels in the entire Jefferson series, and its black circulated condition only adds to its character, authenticity, and collectible charm. This coin carries the unmistakable aura of World War II history, a period when the United States Mint dramatically altered its coin compositions to support the war effort. For collectors and investors alike, the 1944 P nickel is more than just a coin. It is a piece of American strength, resilience, and historical significance. During 1942 to 1945, the United States removed nickel metal from the Jefferson nickel because nickel was desperately needed for military production. This created the iconic silver alloy wartime nickels, and the 1944 P stands as a shining example from this era. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin features the historic large mint mark above Monticello on the reverse, something not seen on Jefferson nickels before or after the war years. This instantly makes the coin identifiable and highly desirable for anyone collecting America's wartime treasures. On the obverse, the portrait of Thomas Jefferson carries a strong, determined expression. Even in black, heavily circulated condition, collectors admire the bold profile that represents leadership and American ideals. The darker tone adds depth and a sense of survival, showing the many hands and decades through which the coin has passed. This natural aging gives the coin's soul, proving its authenticity and long journey through history. The reverse of the 1944 P nickel is especially iconic due to the large P mint mark above the Monticello building. This feature is one of the biggest visual attractions of wartime nickels and is a key reason why collectors seek them. Even in dark circulated condition, the mint mark remains noticeable and carries the powerful story of wartime production. Monticello itself still displays recognizable structure and symmetry, making this coin visually appealing despite wear. One of the most unique features of the 1944 P nickel is its silver composition. Made of 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese, this coin has true intrinsic value beyond its face value. This silver content makes the coin durable, collectible, and valuable, qualities that continue to elevate its popularity in the modern coin market. The wartime alloy also ages in a distinct way, often developing black or dark gray surfaces that collectors admire for their originality. Rarity plays a major role in the rising demand for this coin. While millions were minted for wartime use, the number of well-preserved or structurally strong examples has dropped significantly. Many were melted for their silver content over the decades, making surviving circulated pieces with solid details increasingly valuable. Every year, the market sees fewer high-quality circulated examples, which strengthens demand even further. Collectors appreciate the fact that black circulated condition does not reduce the appeal of the 1944 P nickel. Instead, it adds historical character and proves that the coin served its purpose during the wartime era. Many collectors prefer untouched coins from this period, as cleaning or polishing can destroy their natural beauty and authenticity. Original surfaces, even when dark, are considered highly collectible and valuable. Condition remains important, and the 1944 P nickel continues to impress collectors with its durability. Even coins that circulated heavily often retain readable lettering, visible mint marks, and strong outlines of Jefferson and Monticello. This robustness makes the 1944 P a reliable and attractive choice for both new and experienced collectors. The current market value for the 1944 P nickel continues to rise each year due to its silver composition and historical importance. Even circulated examples can command strong prices, especially when the details remain distinct and the coin shows natural aging without damage. The combination of silver, wartime history, and growing collector demand makes this coin a strong performer in auctions and private sales. Collectors seeking investment potential often turn to wartime nickels, and the 1944 P is one of the top dates in the group. With silver prices fluctuating and numismatic interest increasing, this coin has gained attention as both a collectible and a small store of historical precious metal. Its dual value, historical and intrinsic, sets it apart in the U.S. coin market. Those looking to add a 1944 P nickel to their collection should focus on examples with clear mint marks, strong Monticello structure, and readable lettering. Even if the coin is darkened, these features ensure long-term value and collector appeal. The more original the coin, the more respected it is among numismatists. Proper storage can enhance value, so it is important to protect the natural surface without cleaning it. Collectors typically store wartime nickels in protective holders or albums that maintain the coin's originality while keeping it safe from environmental damage. This helps preserve the rich history of the piece. Searching through older coin collections, inherited boxes, or vintage coin rolls can sometimes reveal these wartime treasures. Discovering a 1944 P in black circulated condition can be an exciting and rewarding experience, especially when the coin displays the important wartime mint mark and remaining structural details. Collectors also love exploring the historical background behind this coin. The wartime nickel program represents one of the most significant changes in U.S. circulating coinage, and owning in 1944, P is like holding a small piece of battlefield history. It symbolizes the sacrifices and adjustments America made during the war years. The 1944 P nickel also has educational value, helping collectors understand minting techniques, alloy changes, and historical events that shaped the country. This coin continues to spark interest among younger collectors and has become an important teaching tool for American history through numismatics. In conclusion, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1944 with the P mint mark stands today as a highly demanded, historically rich, and increasingly valuable collectible. Its wartime silver composition, iconic large mint mark, natural black circulated condition, and powerful background make it one of the standout coins in the entire Jefferson series. As collector interest surges and surviving examples become harder to find, the 1944 P nickel continues to shine as a must-have investment and a treasured piece of American history. Next up, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1963 without a mint mark is a powerful example of classic American coinage that continues to shine in today's collector market, especially in extra fine condition. This coin carries the final charm of the pre-modern nickel era, produced just before major national changes began shaping U.S. coinage in the mid-1960s. For collectors, the 1963 Jefferson nickel stands as a treasured and highly demanded piece, admired for its beauty, durability, and historical relevance. In today's auction market, this coin continues to rise in value, making it a strong contender for collectors who seek profit, rarity, and timeless design. The story of the 1963 nickel begins in the early 20th century when President Franklin D. Roosevelt revitalized interest in honoring American leaders through coinage. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and quickly became an American classic. By 1963, the design had matured, the minting process had improved, and the coin struck that year reflected decades of refined craftsmanship. The absence of a mint mark identifies it as a Philadelphia Mint issue, adding to its importance as the centralized production of U.S. coinage at the time. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson's portrait remains crisp and bold in extra fine condition. Collectors admire the strength of the facial details, the defined contours, and the elegant flowing hair that still shows depth and clarity. Even after decades, an extra fine 1963 nickel displays impressive sharpness that demonstrates limited circulation and excellent preservation. This visual appeal strongly boosts its desirability in the modern market. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's home, standing tall with architectural precision. In extra fine condition, collectors can still see the building's structure, steps, dome, and columns clearly. The lettering remains sharp and the edges show minimal wear, giving the coin a high-quality appearance that stands out among other circulated pieces. This level of detail greatly increases its demand among numismatists seeking visually strong examples. One of the unique features of the 1963 nickel is its metal composition. Minted before the changes of 1965, it contains the traditional copper-nickel alloy that collectors appreciate for its strength, color, and resistance to corrosion. The natural metallic brightness seen in extra fine condition gives the coin a premium look that attracts both new and experienced collectors. This composition also contributes to long-term value, making the coin a secure piece for building a strong collection. Rarity plays a growing role in the value of the 1963 nickel. While many were minted, only a small fraction survive today in extra fine or better condition. Most circulated heavily through everyday commerce, acquiring heavy wear or damage. Coins that avoided major circulation are becoming increasingly difficult to find, causing demand to surge in auctions, private sales, and online coin markets. Extra fine examples with strong details are especially prized. Collectors admire this coin not only for its looks, but also for its historical significance. The year 1963 marks the end of an era. Shortly after, the United States entered a period of great change with the assassination of President John F. Kennedy and the redesign of many national priorities. Owning a 1963 nickel is like preserving the last breath of a calm, structured chapter in U.S. minting before the shifts of the late 1960s began. The condition of this coin plays a major role in its impressive value today. Extra fine condition means the coin has retained much of its original crispness with only light, even wear. The strong rims, clear lettering, and sharp relief give it a bold presence that stands out in collector sets. This condition is increasingly rare, pushing the value of the 1963 nickel higher as time passes. The current market for the 1963 no-mint mark nickel is extremely active. Collectors are heavily focused on pre-1964 U.S. coins due to their historical importance and growing scarcity. Extra fine examples of the 1963 nickel regularly perform well in auctions, with values rising year after year. Its stability, high appeal, and collectible age make it a meaningful asset in both small and large coin portfolios. Investors also recognize the long-term potential of this coin. As older nickels become harder to find in strong condition, prices naturally rise. The 1963 nickel represents a peak moment in U.S. minting quality, and collectors know it. This consistent recognition ensures steady demand across generations. The coin's durability adds confidence, as extra fine examples are expected to hold their beauty far into the future. Collectors searching for this coin should look for clear Monticello steps, defined portrait lines on Jefferson's face, and strong rims. These details prove the coin's condition and support premium pricing. Even slight improvements in sharpness can dramatically increase its value, making careful examination important for those buying or selling. Proper storage is essential for maintaining the value of an extra fine 1963 nickel. Collectors typically use protective flips, albums, or airtight capsules to safeguard the natural color and surface texture. Avoiding polishing or harsh cleaning is crucial, as original surfaces are one of the most demanded traits in numismatics today. The more natural the coin appears, the higher its desirability. This coin also carries strong educational value, helping new collectors learn to distinguish grades, mint origins, and design features. Its clear details make it ideal for teaching how to evaluate Jefferson nickels. Because it bridges the early and modern minting eras, the 1963 nickel plays an important role in understanding American coin evolution. The coin's appeal reaches beyond the hobby world, inspiring historians, educators, and patriotic collectors who appreciate Jefferson's legacy. His contributions to American democracy and architecture are beautifully represented on this coin, making it a symbolic piece of national heritage. In conclusion, the Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1963 without a mint mark in extra fine condition stands as a highly demanded and increasingly valuable collectible in today's numismatic market. Its sharp details, historical importance, classic composition, and rising scarcity make it a standout coin in the Jefferson series. With strong market performance, powerful collector interest, and undeniable visual appeal, this 1963 nickel continues to grow in both value and admiration, making it a brilliant addition to any serious coin collection.